Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Science, Part 2. From the Mother. Question, raised by the last paragraph of The Fear of Death and the Four Methods of Conquering It. Mother says, all these questions can be reduced to a single one. What is this knowledge or discipline which gives the capacity to face death without fear? Until now, nothing has been said here about this method of knowledge, which is also a method of action, because the study and practice of this science cannot be put into the hands of one and all. To talk about occult things is of little value. One must gain experience of them. And this experimentation demands not only special capacities that very few men possess, but also a psychological development that very few people can achieve. In the modern world, this knowledge is hardly recognized as scientific, and yet it is so, for it fulfills the conditions usually required for a science. It is a system of knowledge, organized according to certain principles. It follows precise processes, and by reproducing exactly the same conditions, one obtains the same results. It is also a progressive knowledge. One can devote oneself to studying it and develop it in a regular and logical way, just like any other recognized science of today. But this study deals with realities which do not belong to the most material world. In order to take it up, one must possess special senses, for the domain in which it moves lies beyond our ordinary senses. These special senses are latent in men. Just as we have a physical body, so too we have other, more subtle bodies with their own senses. Those senses are much more refined and precise, much more powerful than our physical senses. But of course, as education does not usually deal with this domain, these senses are not normally developed, and the worlds in which they function elude our ordinary knowledge. And yet children spontaneously live a great deal in this domain. They see all kinds of things that are as real for them as physical objects. When they speak about them, most often they are told that they are stupid or liars, because they mention phenomena of which others have no experience, but which for them are as true, as tangible, as real as what everyone can see. The dreams that children so often have, either in sleep or while they are awake, are extremely vivid and have a great importance in their lives. With intensive mental development, do these capacities fade away in children and even sometimes disappear in the end? Yet there are people who have the good fortune to be born with spontaneously developed inner senses, and nothing can prevent these senses from remaining awake and even developing. If these people, before it is too late, meet someone who has the knowledge and can help them in the methodical education of the subtle senses, they will become very interesting instruments of research and discovery in the occult worlds.